You're 11 years old, standing on a wooden stool inside the freezing kitchen of a massive stone castle in England. The year is 1420, and boiling soup splashes across your hands for the first time. The pain hits instantly. Your skin turns bright red with blisters while the head cook smacks you across the face with a greasy wooden spoon. "Move faster," he growls, like your burns are nothing more than an inconvenience to him. Your mother sold you to the castle 2 winters ago after the crops failed and your baby brother started starving. She cried while the wagon pulled away, but not enough to stop it from happening. Now, you belong to Lord Blackthorn's kitchens, not as a knight or servant, but as kitchen filth. You are the lowest creature in the castle, besides the rats chewing through the walls at night. The air reeks of smoke, rotten meat, sweat, and burned fat. Massive fires roar day and night beneath giant iron cauldrons big enough to boil a man alive. You sleep on dirty straw beside the ovens because cooks work before sunrise and long after midnight. Your first job is plucking feathers from dead chickens until your fingers start bleeding. Then, you spend hours gutting fish crawling with worms and carrying boiling stew heavier than your own body across slippery stone floors, while older cooks scream insults into your ears. If you spill food, you get beaten. If you burn bread, you do not eat that day. Last month, one boy dropped a silver plate in front of a noble. The Lord Steward smashed his teeth out with a metal ladle while nobody even stopped cooking. You learn quickly that in this kitchen, pain is normal and fire is everywhere. Your arms are covered in burns now, with tiny white scars crawling across your skin like spider webs. At 12, you're finally trusted near the great ovens, huge stone mouths glowing orange and hot enough to melt fat off bone. The heat never leaves your body. Even during winter, your skin sweats constantly while ash sticks to your face. Sometimes servants collapse beside the fire from exhaustion, and nobody notices for hours. The castle feasts are the worst. Hundreds of nobles crowd the great hall while cooks scream orders like battlefield generals. You run through smoke carrying trays piled with meat while grease drips onto your arms. One wrong step could dump boiling gravy onto a lord's lap, and that usually ends with someone hanging in the courtyard. During a winter feast, a girl beside you slips on spilled ale. The tray crashes to the floor and silence fills the hall. Then the steward calmly orders her dragged outside while her screams echo long after the doors close. Nobody ever asks what happened to her afterward. By 14, the kitchen has hardened you into something faster, meaner, and sharper. You steal scraps before the older cooks can grab them. You learn which servants will trade bread for favors and which ones would stab you in the back for half a potato. Rats don't scare you anymore. Starvation does. Eventually, the head cook notices your speed, not because he likes you, but because exhausted workers die constantly, and replacing them costs money. He teaches you sauces, meat cuts, and how to hide spoiled food beneath enough spices that nobles can't taste the rot. You finally step into the great hall during a royal feast. Candles glow across golden plates, while musicians play soft melodies near the king's table. Nobles laugh with mouths full of food your burned hands prepared, yet none of them even look at you. To them, you're invisible, just another sweating shadow carrying wine through the smoke. Then disaster strikes. A drunken knight grabs your arm while you pour his cup, and wine spills across the tablecloth. His face twists with rage. For one horrifying second, the entire hall goes silent. Your stomach drops because servants disappear for far less than this. The knight slowly stands up, his hand reaching toward the dagger hanging from his belt. But instead, the king bursts into laughter. The boy pours like a blind priest, he jokes, and the entire hall erupts laughing with him. You survive. Barely. But the humiliation spreads through the kitchen like wildfire, and the older cooks mock you for weeks. And in that moment, you realize your life is worth less than a cup of wine.